Yep. Wanted to make sure my mom was out the room while she's running her errands. Anyways, uh, like usually I wouldn't want to talk about certain stuff that I do when it comes to spiritual cleansing and anger cleansing and release forms, really, because it's like I wouldn't want nobody to see me doing this thinking that I'm committing suicide now, and I'll be like, there ain't nothing like that. It's more a baptism, spiritual cleansing, like kind of like where I say I feel when I'm like the embrace of like the Incredible Hulk, like when I got that monstrous, um, highly tempered anger problem within me. It's like I found techniques when I do this a lot. It's almost kind of like I'm calming down my own energy inside me when I feel like I'm about to lose my shit and lose my temper when somebody tries to provoke a reaction out of me. I even do it at times, just like when I imagine when I'm around the water, when I'm like, as I was breathing in the water, but most of the times when I do this out loud, you would hear air. Like, I imagine like when I'm inside water, around me, just to calm myself down, blowing bubbles, but releasing air and kind of like oxygen to release the oxygen from my body from when I'm really angry or emotional or even sometimes frustrated or sad. When I'm like, it calms my nerves down. It calms my whole entire body for especially when I'm anxious. Because every time when people try to get me all hyped up, what I say in my videos, most times people will try to provoke a reaction out of you because it's what they like. They like picking fights with you or anybody just to get them all hyped up and angry. And the next minute when you do react, they'll be like, see, I told you this person was crazy. I told you they are insane. But it's mainly a trap of them provoking reactions out of you just so you fall into their hands. You give them a reaction of what they want, which is called reactive abuse. And people don't want to recognize that for what it is. Excuse me. People want to make it seem like it's not reactive abuse when it is. And it's like when I do techniques like this, it's very therapeutic for me. It helps me to calm down when I feel like I'm about to snap and lose my shit and lose my cool. And then I'd be like, but then when I feel like sometimes, even if I do react, I still calm myself down and be like, between 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds or more. It's just by imagining like I'm like Bruce when I feel like, okay, something is provoking me to get angry and change into that form and react crazily. I'm gonna calm myself down before I end up doing something I regret. Because sometimes I mean, like, you know, like when you got anger problems, it will make you feel like it's stuff like energies you're around, like stuff that's affecting you, like when you cursed, make you feel like that where it is like a curse if you think about it, because it'll make you feel like turning into a beast. And sometimes you gotta calm that down. It's hard. It's really hard to do, but I do things like this every day to practice, especially for when I'm really anxious and angry. or when I'm having rough off days. Because it's like, I'd be like, okay, Satan's trying to put something in me to make me act crazy. I don't know what this is. But other times, not only that, if I feel like huh, deep front. If I feel like I'm losing it at some point, I usually be like, I give it to God to try to figure out what it is and let Him handle it. Or I pray, be like, Heavenly Father, I don't know what these things are that's being projected onto me, but take them away from me. Rebuke them in the name of the Father, Jesus Christ. Wash them away, wash me clean, and get rid of this crap. Just to take it away. Or sometimes if some things that do get projected on me, I try to weaponize it. Like almost like where I was moving my hands, like imagining that I'm like a wizard, like Doctor Strange. I'm like, kind of like as I'm moving my hands around water. Imagine like I'm manipulating water, but energy in my mind, because where I kind of like wizardry side effects and stuff, and graphic effects. I do that in my mind. Imagine like I'm casting energy, manipulating it in my mind, because that even helps me to control my emotions too. Just like from when I feel like, for example, when I go into beast mode and I'm doing my work, I channel all that power and the energy that I got within me. Imagining that if I feel like I'm losing energy, I do like this. Try to imagine like I'm absorbing energy to help me to let most of what I got in me out, and kind of like I'm flying, but going ahead, going straight to help me like channel my emotions and aggression to go a little faster. When I feel like how Hancock, when he got his powers and he looked up, and when he made about a few steps to gain his powers back, even though he was hurt, he didn't stop. He looked up and was like, yeah. That's pretty much me. Most of the times I have to do that, and I like doing that because, like, just like when I'm moving around like a dog, like an alpha wolf, and I'm like, that always helps, because it's like when I think like an animal and move like one, it's kind of like both. Basically, what I'm saying is when I do a majority of these things, it just helps me to cleanse my emotions, calm myself down when I ever get angry or frustrated. Because it's almost kind of like ancient spiritual type of techniques. I don't know what worked for you, what resonates for you, but this helps me a lot. Especially when I'm in form of conflict with family members. Like, okay, I'd be like, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want to say the wrong thing. So let me cool myself down. Like if I've had a rough day or off day from work or wherever, I still try to do it because that's a respectful way of thinking before I do something, before I open my mouth. I want to make sure I say the right things before I say the wrong things. Okay. So that's about it for now. I'm going to enjoy my last week. Saturday. Tomorrow will be Sunday. So that's all I wanted to show you. I didn't want my mom to think I'm doing anything weird, because I'm not. This is just for my own projections of getting emotions out and showing you how I cool down for when I feel like I'm about to ever lose it. Or even if someone wants to make me lose it, and then I act crazy, really. Because I will say this real quick. Because there'll be times when you're around toxic people, you got to be careful. Because I'll be like, I don't have toxic energies that I feed off of. I'd be like, dope. I'd be like, I'm being nice, but if you focus with me at the wrong part, like if I know my triggers, but I know not to let them be reacted from somebody trying to provoke reactions out of me. If I know to keep my triggers to myself, like calm, then nobody found a way to manipulate my emotions and manipulate me. I've done that a few times where I had to set boundaries. I failed to, but it's like it's a starting process. I have to learn it. So I do these things every day. I try to practice on what I'm going to say because most of the time, you know, you can be you can be who you are. But the hard part is when you're around authorities, just like at work or HR, you got to be careful because that's a trap. You say the wrong thing, like almost like if you curse somebody out or you gave somebody the middle finger or whatever. That's like a death trap of being caught in some, like almost like somebody would witness something you did and they took a picture of it in their mind, be like, oh, evidence, I got you. And that's another trap. Sometimes manipulative people behind power and authorities will track anything you do and keep track of it, write it down, and give it to the boss. So you always have to be very careful what you do or how you express yourself, because when you express yourself in the wrong ways, that's a way that they can get to you and get you into trouble because you reacted in a way that they expected you to react. All right, so that's about it for tonight. Continue liking and subscribing on my channels and send your post notifications, really. And you can follow my techniques on how they may help you. Like people have anxieties, depression, hyperactive attention, or hyperactive disorders, whatever. Send it to anybody you care about, your family, your friends, your loved ones. And I guess show them how these things may help them possibly, because you never know what someone might be going through, and you could probably reach out to some other people. So I do certain things like this on videos to help others out, but also show them how I help myself out, and the way for where when I said when I was victimized from certain problems, I like to show my viewers how I cool myself down when I'm ever in negative situations or around people that wanna suck away my energy, and like energy vampires. I always gotta protect myself. Just like when I do that and use the shield of cross around me, but close my fingers to prevent them from seeing it in a way of saying like I'm protecting myself, but I'm not letting you see it or letting anybody else see the cross of the shield. Because if they see that I have the shield open with my fingers, then it's like that would mean that I've exposed myself. I'm letting them know that I'm protecting myself. I'm guarding myself against them. And most of the times, because it's like if you show what you're protecting yourself from to toxic people, that's another thing that they'll be able to use against you, because they'll look at you crazy. But more than likely, it's them that's crazy, because it's like you're guarding yourself away from them. You're protecting yourself and protecting your own inner peace to make sure that they don't fuck with you. They don't mess with you. Because there be times when I'm around people that act funny and smile in your face and then turn cold the next minute, I'm like, fuck. Sometimes I try to protect myself, even if it's projection that's not personal. I still gotta protect myself wherever I go. Just be like, if I can't fight these battles, God, make sure that you have my back always. All right. So that's about it. Like, subscribe to my channels, send your comments and everything, tell your stories, and I hope everything will help you in the long runs. All right. Peace out.